Alright, this is Andrew with Jodo Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Fruit Heights. Today is July 3rd, 2025. We're here at 214 North Mountain Road. We have the camera pushed out 137 feet, and it looks like we're hitting the city connection. A little bit of water still draining from the tub. I run water to help push the camera out. I'm assuming that's the city connection. It looks like it's dropping in perpendicular. This first connection point is called the nose on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like gravel cement from what I can tell so far. A little bit of an offset on that nose on where you have a little bit of a lip. It's a spot where waste might get caught, and that could create a blockage if enough waste got stuck, but that's a pretty small offset. A little bit of buildup through here, but fairly typical so far. Average length of a sewer line that I see is around 100 feet. Maybe 120 from the roof, which is where I'm accessing it. So pretty average length. Not seeing any standing water through here, which is great. That indicates that you have proper grade. Now we're transitioning to PVC. PVC is a plastic line. A little bit of a root, it looks like, on that joint. Roots are real common, but not in plastic. Still a pretty small one, but once you have roots, you're always going to have roots. That'll be a maintenance item that you want to keep up on in the future. That one's probably not big enough to clean today, but you don't want to go too long and let it get too big. Little running water is fine. Like I said, I run water to help push the camera out. What you don't want to see is standing water, which so far we're not. Now we're transitioning to ABS, which is a black plastic. You have ABS in the house. And one thing I noticed with that is you did have some joints that had some dry stains or corrosion. Those are old leaks, and they don't look like they've been repaired, but sometimes what happens is the corrosion builds up and kind of self-heals the leak, and so it might stop leaking today, but you might still have issues in the future unless it gets repaired. And that seems to be an inherent problem with older ABS, on the glued joints. It's not like the pipes are cracking, it's on the glued joints. And that's more of a concern inside the house. That's not something we're worried about with your sewer. Alright, now we just made the turn to come back up the stack. So just to recap, you have a mix of, look like gravel cement. Overall it looked like you had good grade. Very little amounts of standing water. You had one real small root probably not even big enough to clean today. I might consider getting the insurance on the line. You have a couple small offsets. Those can be somewhat unpredictable. These are definitely on the smaller side, but the insurance is so cheap that I recommend it to almost everyone. You can get it with HomeServe. It's $10 or $15 a month, but they can unclog it if you have a backup. They can put money towards it if you have a bigger issue. And so I am a big fan, and I recommend either HomeServe. A lot of homeowners insurance companies are offering it as well, but those ones usually have a deductible. But something to check out. I'm going to end this recording now.